first of all, it's I don't know if you want to speak about it, but I think that this is the first time you are speaking after the COVID-19 positive test, right?
I'm sure. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. How was this month for you? Because I think that this was the first month since a lot of years when you had to like go out to your home and not train with nobody, not be in corners and stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I didn't have any symptoms, so honestly, I'm not even sure I ever even had it.
Okay.
Uh, I took the following week after I had a positive test. I took three more tests, all negative.
Okay. So
Also negative for the antibodies. So I'm not. The tests are so weird. The tests are I don't think they're very accurate. A lot of confusion. I and I felt fine. I didn't have. I felt maybe a little bit sick one day, but I don't even know. Maybe it was placebo effect, but I'm not even certain I had it, to be honest.
okay, so when you
Maybe
will, sorry.
maybe a false positive.
Okay. So when you will be back in the gym, or maybe you are already
Oh,
working with your fight?
I've been back in the gym
Okay.
for weeks. I mean, I was out for two. I was quarantined for 2 weeks
Hmm.
and then back just in case. But I felt fine. I took three tests, all negative. I took three tests the next week and I was negative. I mean, I was in a corner last week. I was at the Bellator show with
Hmm.
Sabah Hamasi, who won in Connecticut a week ago, and I took two tests for Bellator negative.
Okay, so let's move on to the main topic I wanted to speak with you. It's Mateusz Gamrot. After his last win with Norman Park, you wrote on your Instagram account, I think, that this was one of the most spectacular wins of his career, and like you encourage everyone to follow this guy, to follow Mateusz. So what do you think about this fight with Norman?
Oh no, super! He's a super talent, man. Super talent, high ceiling. This, one of the best fighters on the planet. Very, very, very good. He has the physical abilities, the mental ability, and the drive. So he can go as far as he wants to go. But he's doing a hell of a job. Undefeated, beating very good guys. Uh, Obviously, he's got world class grappling skills. But this fight where he showed giant leaps in his striking ability. A guy who's known for striking, Norman Park. A UFC level fighter. Um, beat him up on the feet, busted him up, and really good performance. I mean, he showed a lot of diversity in what he can do. Big jump in his footwork and striking ability. Sky's the limit for Mateusz. I mean, he's a competitor. He's a competitor. He likes to stay busy. Uh, Man, he has a great mind for fighting. This guy is he comes to American Top Team and he searches out for the best training partners he can get a hold of. If somebody's a problem for him or somebody gives him a challenge, he's chasing after that person every day. He wants to go with the toughest guy in the room every day and get the most out of training. And he's not afraid of anybody, not afraid of any challenge, and pushes himself to the max. I mean, he has everything you'd want in a champion.
Yeah, you worked with a lot of fighters, a lot of great fighters, a lot of elite fighters. This like the best of the best, and probably you as a coach, you can tell if someone has this like X factor, something that makes this one special and one of like 100 best fighters. He will be the one on the top. I mean, like John Jones, Ronda, like Joanna, like a lot of fighters.
Yeah, he's
You
one of
train.
them. He's one of them.
Do you think
Yeah,
that?
100%. Yeah, uh, he has the genetics, the physical capabilities to do it. He has the mental capabilities, the drive, and he's started out young. He started doing this stuff when he was a boy, like wrestling, and so it's ingrained in his brain and like a deep understanding of physical movement, and yeah, he has everything. I mean, and look at he's after an amazing start. I don't know, 15-0, 14-0. I'm not sure exactly where he's at right now.
He's 16-0 and one no contest right
16, and 2 weight class world champion at KSW, very prestigious organization. I mean, he's one of the best fighters in the world, no doubt.
Because of course his big dream is to go to the UFC, and probably after this final fight with KSW he will seek his occasion in UFC. So I will ask you, what kind of fighter, what kind of type of fighter in the UFC will be the biggest problem for him in the first fights? What style? Like,
I mean, I don't think it's a style. No, I mean it's individual matchups, but he's a problem for everybody. You know, he's the guy they got to worry about. He's got great conditioning. He's mentally tough. He's got great wrestling, great submission skills. His striking is very, very good. He's very well rounded. I mean, it's not like he's got a hole.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say there's a certain type of guy that's a problem for him. You know, it's anybody can lose on a given day. It's a crazy game, but he's a well-rounded guy, and it's not like he has a glaring hole.
So the question is, because I heard that, for example, when he was in ATT the last time, when he was more than 1 month in American Top Team, guys wanted to take him out to the beach, to some kind of barbecue and stuff like this, and even if he had a free time, he said, no, I have to stay here, I have to train, I have to learn more and new things. Do you think that maybe he should rest a little more, or this is not the problem?
I don't know. It's whatever it is, it's working. Maybe his obsession is what drives him, is what makes him so good. Maybe there are other guys like him that are successful.
Okay.
I mean, Yoji Horiguchi is another guy who's one of the best fighters in the world. Who's similar mindset. He trains more than most top fighters. I mean, but everything that he should do, he's doing. Like, you know, I thought maybe in the past, you know, like before, maybe he should, you know, move his feet more, a little more footwork, and he's done it. Like in this last fight, he showed some tremendous footwork. He's always improving. And if there's a hole in his game, he's working on it. You know, his mind. I think that's a positive. I don't think that's a negative. I think that his mind is always on fighting. He's always looking for ways to improve, always looking ways to better himself, and I think that's a good thing.
Okay, so probably he will be. I think that if he will be join UFC, he will probably get a top tier fighter to face. Do you see anyone in like top 15 or maybe just a little bit above the rankings that is good for him for the first fight, or is like this is so deep and good division that everyone will be a good test?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's all, you know, the saying goes, styles make fights, and that's true. I mean, there are styles that can give you more problems, and they're all unique challenges. But I mean, I would have to like really sit down and look at guys to see who would be a better matchup or maybe a slightly worse matchup. But I mean, the depth is incredible nowadays. There's so many tough guys, and it's on any given night, you know, and the better fighter doesn't always win. It's a crazy game, you know. Things can happen where the best fighter comes up short quite a bit, but he has, you know, everything you'd want, and most importantly, top-notch conditioning. So, you know, nobody's gonna outwork him. Nobody's gonna beat him in the gym, you know, by him slacking off. He's pushing himself to the max. His conditioning is as good as it gets, and that goes a long way. Anybody can get caught with a big punch, a big shot, and be put down. Anyone could get caught in a tricky submission. You know, it can happen, but you know, round after round, this guy can can compete with anybody.
Okay, so I think a American top team is a really great place for Polish fighters, because everyone from Poland who comes there is immediately in top 15 or maybe even becoming champion like Joanna. So okay, so
these are great athletes. You know, I mean, these are world class athletes. That, you know, that's why they're at where they're at, and obviously they built what they have in Poland. To be honest, you know, Joanna and Mateusz, they got great in Poland. I wouldn't take that away from that, of course. I mean, it's nice to have them. We have a lot of world class fighters, and we're exchanging ideas and knowledge all the time. But these are very talented individuals.
Okay, so the last topic and quick topic is tomorrow will be UFC 252 with the, as it's called, the biggest heavyweight fight in the history, and the best ever heavyweight fighter will be crowned in the words of Dana White. So do you agree with that? If that doesn't matter who will win this fight, will be the best heavyweight ever in the sport?
I mean, it's hard to compare, you know, different generations. You know, that's definitely one of them. But that's hard to say. You can't. It's hard to compare different generations. I mean, obviously today's fighters are better than yesterday's fighters because the technique is better, the everything's better. But it's just a different. The sport has evolved so much. It's just a different time period. It's hard to compare today's athletes with yesterday's athletes.
Okay.
You know, obviously, Royce Gracie was miles ahead of everybody he fought, but it's a different time. Obviously, his skill set wouldn't touch today's skill set.
Okay. And so who will win, in your opinion?
I mean, it's not easy to pick, but my money's always on DC, man. This guy, I think, is an incredible athlete, and even at 40 years of age, I think he's, you know, I'd put money on him, but it doesn't mean he's going to win. You know, we've seen crazy things, and obviously they're 1-1. So, but I think DC's in my mind, he's the favorite. Although I think the betting lines is pretty dead even.